In Nyarugenge Market, one of the businesses is closed due to lack of rent and others are not working due to the lack of customers like wedding dress vendors. Even those who are still working express their concern of being charged taxes and rent, yet they don't work like they used to due to the efforts that are being taken to curb down the spread of the virus. The challenge we are facing is that we are paying rent yet we are not working. We are also paying taxes and are all due this January. We would like them to come together and see how they can make it easier for us. They charge us the same amount per month as usual. We work every other day, yet our fruits can't stay fresh for more than a day, and we suffer a great loss. We want to make sure that if we work for 15 days, they charge us a half of what we used to pay. It was not possible for us to get investors who have commercial buildings to talk about this. Nevertheless, the chairperson of the Rwanda Private Sector Federation, Robert Bafakurera, says that the builders of commercial houses mostly have bank debts that they have to pay, and the business of having people to work in shift is better than being permanently closed. When a person doesn't work like they normally used to, it usually causes people to experience loss, but also what I would urge traders to do is that they can utilize the presence of the existing technology. People who build commercial houses do so on the loans given to them by the bank, so unless there was a way to reduce the interest on the loan, so if they are not paid, they can't pay as well. What I would like to encourage people to do is to support each other where possible.
So hagati icyo nakangurira abantu nukumvikana aho bishoboka.
Karangwa Kasia, Director of Domestic Trade at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, says that in terms of leasing that is not in line with the time the traders are working, there should be an agreement between the tenant and the landlords. If it fails, further decisions can be taken by the authorities.
Rero na 50% mu isoko ntabwo ari akarengane kugira ngo bafashwe kwirinda.
50% of the market is not fair. It is so that they can be helped to avoid COVID-19. When people weren't working a few months ago, you saw that agencies like BNR, Minicom, and other partners like Minicofin made it easier for people who are in debt to pay until they no longer had loans. And in rent, it is also required that the tenant negotiates with the landlord and agree on how to help the tenant in terms of paying rent without doing so at once.
Bakumvikana uburyo yamufasha mu kwishyura atishyura icyarimwe.
With regards to taxes, the Deputy Commissioner for Taxpayer Services at Rwanda Revenue Authority, Uwitonze Pauline, explains that it has not changed and that a person pays when he or she makes a declaration. So it's something that if a person makes a small amount of money, he doesn't give 1 out of 4 based on what he or she did last year for profit. For example, what he or she declared in 2019, but looks at what he or she did this year so that it makes it easier for him or her to make a profit based on what he or she made. We urge those who continue to look into the tax as an issue to abide by it because there was no tax increase or rate increase. Traders are also required to continue to comply with the COVID-19 prevention guidelines in their work, and the challenges they continue to face should be presented to the relevant authorities for resolution. Martina Abera, RTV News.